Take a look at this. The storm, it brought these powerful lightning strikes to California overnight. Amazing images right there. 1,500 pulses of lightning in just 5 minutes.
Whoa. Overnight, that lightning show illuminating the California coast as threatening rain and deafening thunderstorms roll in. Nearly 1,500 pulses of lightning recorded off the Santa Barbara coast in just 5 minutes. Those massive branches of lightning splitting the sky above Santa Barbara, shocking the darkness with blue light. Those powerful bolts striking a Delta flight headed to Seattle, forcing it to return to the Los Angeles airport, which was also struck, briefly losing power.
An electric storm moving across Southern California caused all kinds of problems Tuesday night. For a brief period, even Los Angeles International Airport was without power.
A spectacular light show electrifies the night skies over Southern California.
Whoa, there goes a transformer.
Whoa! Extraordinary images were posted on social media. The National Weather Service says nearly 1,500 pulses of lightning struck in just 5 minutes. These amazing photos taken by the Santa Barbara County Fire Department reveal the electrical light show over the historic Stearns Wharf. The incredible display caused havoc at LAX.
Today's storms are providing help with the state's historic drought, but as Carter Evans reports, after 4 years of waiting, scientists in California are through relying on nature alone.
Rainfall like this is so rare in Southern California that Los Angeles County is hoping to squeeze out every drop by cloud seeding from ground stations like this one.
There are 10 of these locations throughout the San Gabriel Mountains.
Kurjan Lee is with the LA County Department of Public Works, which has paid $500,000 to a cloud seeding contractor promising to make more rain.
When you say the term cloud seeding, a lot of people think it's just hocus pocus.
Well, this actually comes with a lot of science behind it.
Cloud seeding works when silver iodide particles are sprayed into a saturated cloud. They act like a nucleus, which attracts supercooled water vapor that freezes into ice. Once the ice becomes heavy enough, it falls and melts to become rain. LA County officials insist they can get up to 15% more rainfall with no health risks.
Do people have to worry that their water systems may be contaminated from cloud seeding?
No, absolutely not. Cloud seeding is absolutely safe.
How much more water do you think you can actually get out of these clouds?
Based on our 50-year study, we think we can get an additional 1.5 billion gallons a year.
And that would be a welcome sight in Southern California's depleted reservoirs.
It's not as if you guys are creating clouds out of nowhere. You actually target storm systems.
If there's no clouds in the sky that have any moisture in them, then we can't do anything. What we can do is tap into what's there and assist Mother Nature.
Kind of like a steroid kick for the clouds or something.
Exactly.
What exactly is cloud seeding?
Cloud seeding is really an enhancement of the natural precipitation process.
So basically you're just making the storm more efficient, getting more moisture out of it.
Exactly it.
To do that, pilots target clouds full of moisture and eject small amounts of an inert chemical. Then, the water in the cloud condenses around the new particles and gets heavy, falling to the ground as precipitation. Brian Kindred is one of the company's pilots. He steers right into the heart of storms to fire off a special kind of pyrotechnic.
And what's inside of these guys?
It's a silver iodide mixture. The idea is that we'll be above some liquid water, and as it's falling through, it'll turn it to snow so it can fall out of the cloud.
The National Science Foundation funded a study to determine cloud seeding's effectiveness once and for all. Weather Modification International provided the planes. A team of scientists set out into the Idaho mountains with Doppler radars and state-of-the-art weather stations to record what happens on the ground when planes above are cloud seeding.
And what did you guys find?
The aircraft flies through that, and you can see the ice crystals grow right on the radar, and you can see the snow showers form, and as they pass over the mountain, you can see the snow very visually and conclusively is produced from the cloud seeding aircraft that just flew through that particular cloud and system.
Radar images show how ice crystals formed in the clouds in the exact pattern that weather modifications pilots were flying. The long-awaited scientific proof that cloud seeding was working had finally arrived. It turns out that some companies will pay millions to enhance the weather. Companies like Idaho Power. The company serves more than 500,000 customers with a network that includes 17 hydroelectric power plants. To them, water is money.
Well, more than 3,500 people in California's wine country are now being forced from their homes due to flooding, mudslides, as well as landslides. An emergency was declared for Sonoma County, with county authorities urging people to just get out.
The only way in and out of Guerneville is by kayak or canoe. The small town was inundated after the Russian River overflowed its banks. Floodwaters surrounded homes, submerged cars, and trapped anyone who didn't leave.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No. More than 24 towns along a 25-mile stretch of the river were evacuated. Along with Guerneville, Monte Rio is also essentially an island.
Holy moly!
Heavy rain mixed with hail turned roads into rivers.
Oh no, look at this. My car. My garage.
Giving Joe Marshall unwelcoming waterfront property.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the water that were going down my steps to my basement. I could not believe it. It looked like a river.
Joe, have you ever seen it like this?
Never have.
Another video shot by CHP officers shows the Sonora Creek crashing over the bridge and slamming into the Save Mart. Locals say storms came one after another.
And the biggest surprise of all for Joe is that hail is now in his basement, a few feet deep.
It's like walking into a snow globe.
Scientists have come up with a new way to fight global warming, but the plan is raising questions. Researchers are suggesting that the best way to fight the issue is by spraying chemicals into the Earth's atmosphere to blot out the sun. According to this new research, scientists out of Harvard and Yale University want to do a technique called stratospheric aerosol injection. The technique would involve spraying large amounts of sulfate particles into the Earth's lower stratosphere at altitudes as high as 12 miles. The scientists suggest delivering the sulfates with specifically designed high-altitude aircrafts, balloons, or large naval-style guns. And they say by doing this technique, it would dim out the sun, limiting the rising temperatures that are causing global warming. In fact, they said that it could reduce the rate by half. And there are risks associated with unproven potential technologies like these. The scientists said that SAI would result in negative consequences such as causing droughts or extreme weather in some parts of the world, harm crop fields, as well as potential health and governance issues.
A city in China has a bright idea, as in 8 times brighter than the moon. The plan reportedly is to launch an artificial moon in 2020, made of mirrors. It'll be designed to reflect natural light, casting a glow over the city, possibly eliminating the need for streetlights.
China wants to launch a fake moon into the sky by 2020. Get this, it's actually a satellite that would reflect the sun's rays at night. It will reportedly be 8 times brighter than the real moon and could replace streetlights, saving more than $200 million a year.
In an attempt to replace streetlights and save on electric bills, Chinese scientists are attempting to create an artificial moon. The plan is to launch the false moon into orbit by 2020, above the city of Chengdu, according to Chinese state media. And scientists say that it could be 8 times brighter than the actual moon, given that it will be much closer to Earth. Chief of the Tianfu New Area Science Society, Wu Chunfeng, says that the new moon could save the city 1.2 million yuan, or $173 million in annual electricity costs. Although to make sure the plan is viable, Wu says they need to see what kind of effect it will have on the natural environment, and will conduct testing in an uninhabited desert so that the light won't interfere with people or Earth-based space observation equipment.